You just hit play on 10-Minute Tech Talks, business insights and growth hacks for the time-crunched entrepreneur. And I'm your host, Jonathan Kirsting with the Pittsburgh Technology Council, and I have nearly 3 decades telling the stories of Pittsburgh's most successful tech companies and the women and men behind them. We love bringing you their knowledge and insights and inspiration to help your company succeed in just 10 minutes, sometimes even less. For the Tech Council's TechVibe Radio show, our CEO, Audrey Russo, and I get to interview hundreds of tech entrepreneurs every year. And some of them really stoke our fire with their honesty and infectious energy. One of them was Mike Vertolli, the founder of ComTec Systems. Mike founded his first company in high school, and ComTec helps businesses find savings in their energy and telecommunications spends. I pulled some key insights from his TechVibe interview to share just with you. And if you keep on listening, Mike has critical advice for aspiring business owners like you. He emphasizes the importance of setting clear goals, maintaining proper documentation to facilitate strategic pivots, and being financially prepared for both growth and setbacks. He also offers wisdom on envisioning success and ensuring the right people, processes, and systems are in place. Additionally, Mike recounts an impactful piece of investment advice which taught him to reassess decisions daily, providing him a fresh perspective on managing life's and business's uncertainties. So keep on listening for the good stuff, and if you have a few more minutes, click on the link in the description to hear his entire TechVibe Radio interview. In the meantime, let's get started. So I'd like to switch gears just a little bit because we only have a few more minutes of your time left. And Audrey, like I said, Audrey and I get really excited when we talk to entrepreneurs like you, where you live and you breathe this stuff. And many of our listeners out there, they're trying to build their own companies. And you're someone who's done this very successfully your entire life. And I'm always wondering, Audrey and I are always wondering, like just some key advice for anyone out there, maybe some of the biggest things that maybe one of the bigger things you've learned, or
tips from Mike.
Yeah, tips from Mike.
Tips from Mike. I'll tell you my failures. So that might be your best tip is
Sure.
I was, growing up, had I done things differently, I think I would have done more a playbook initiative where I documented my goals and initiatives and used that as a resource to pivot. This way, if I was good at something, I knew what I did. And if I failed at something, I knew how to change it. And I certainly would have prepared for success, which I think, you hear it a lot, but having the capital to take chances, I think there's like wishful growth, and then there's actually prepared growth, investing in yourself and having the money to do so, pivot off of, good cash flow. I don't think we had enough money on site at the onset of ComTec to handle the growth that we achieved. So ironically, our biggest hurdle in life was actually overachieving our goals, but it happens. And, I think looking back, I would say just prepare, envision yourself as being successful. And if you were, do you have the right people, process, systems, money, all available? And I think set yourself up for success. Think of being successful, envision yourself there, and is everything in place? And if you see it, then I think it'll happen.
That's great.
That's super sad. I've never actually heard it put that way either. I guess that's the problem that we all want to have, right? That we find so much success that you're not actually prepared for it and have enough money to be able to, I guess, live up to the obligations and get the product out the door in time.
Yeah. Or people don't have enough money to launch like a new business. They want it to work, but the marketing, the people, the staff, the systems, everything they don't have in place. And they wish that it's more successful. But I think once you really map out what success looks like and you have that capital and that business plan, you can really manage by a process instead of managing by a wish list.
Yeah, absolutely. And just one last question. We got to know, is there any advice that you have received ever that you've always taken heart, something that's maybe stuck with you a little bit over your career?
Probably the best advice I think I ever got was more of an investing advice, but I think it really translates to hiring and firing and just making decisions in life. And I think it was back when I'm going to make it up, but I bought like a product, like let's say Cisco, and I lost almost half my money. And I went to this old man who was my investment manager at Morgan Stanley. And he said, you can't change what happened, but would you buy it again at half price today? And I was like, I don't know. He said, well, do you think the company's going to survive or not? Like, I think they will. He goes, so essentially you don't really need to sell today. You just need to be patient. He said, what I'm telling you, you can apply to business. And he was like, what do you mean? It's like, let's say you have an employee. Every day you could start all over again and make the decision. If you knew everything about them that you know today, would you make the decision of hiring them or keeping them? Every decision you make, every day you wake up, you have the opportunity of starting over. Don't think you're stuck with a previous decision. It just really comes down to,
That's good for life.
it's really good for life. And I kind of always reflect on that. I always go, I can't change what was happened, but being that it did happen, what would I do again now that I know, what do I want tomorrow to look like, knowing that that decision was already made? And if it was a bad decision, change it. If it was just something, it was a good decision, keep it.
Love it.
So it changes me from having the anxiety of bad decisions.
I love that.
That's 2 pieces of advice, Audrey. I feel like we got double the money going on today. No doubt about it. Mike knows his stuff. So much fun interviewing him. Even better yet, bringing his insights and advice to help you succeed. That's what we love doing at the Tech Council, is helping tech companies succeed. And if you want more content like this, just keep following us. We bring it to you as often as we can. And once again, this has been Jonathan Kirsting with the Pittsburgh Technology Council. And it's been so much fun hanging out with you today.